Today we're starting our unit on statistics, and to be honest, it might get a little tedious today, making all these lists, but I promise once we learn all this, we'll do some fun activities to get our own data to analyze throughout the week. All right, so statistics is a collection, description, and analysis of data. We will also be making inferences about the data. Measures of center is what we're learning about today. Those are values that represent the middle or typical value of a data set. So mean, median, and mode are all measures of center. Okay, most of you have probably heard these before. Mean is just the average of all the values in a data set. And of course, we find the average of something by adding up all the numbers and then dividing by however many numbers we added up. The median is the middle value in a set of data when arranged in order. And the mode, the number that appears most often in a set. Okay, so example 1, we're just going to find the mean, median, and mode of the data. So I have to first put all these numbers in order. Okay. So we've got 10 values in our data set. So right away, we might be able to find the mode. We saw that I wrote 18 down twice and 27 down twice. So that means the mode will be both of those numbers, 18 and 27. To find the average, we'll have to add all those up and divide by 10. So I got 234 divided by 10 for a mean of 23.4, I think that said. Okay, and then lastly, our median. So when we're finding the median, it's important to know, do we have an even amount in our data set or an odd amount? I've got 10 numbers here. When we have an even amount of numbers, that means I'm going to have 2 numbers in the middle. Okay, so a good way of just checking to make sure you're going to the middle numbers is to just kind of cross out one at a time on each side. And I see that 18 and 18 are in the middle. Now, if those numbers were different, I would have to find the average of those 2 numbers. I'd have to add them up and divide by 2. Since those are both 18, I can just write down that the median is 18. All right, pause the video. Go ahead and try this on your own. You can move around, work with a partner. Okay, the snakes at the zoo are 62, 48, 37, and okay, centimeters long. Find the mean, median, and mode of the data. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 numbers. Since I have 11, I know to find my median, I have a middle number. It should be the 6th number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my median, 48. My mode, we saw that we had 48 3 times. The mode is 48. And the mean. Definitely okay to fast forward a little bit. You guys probably already have the right answer. Don't really need me to show you that you have the right average, so definitely okay to fast forward a little bit if needed. Okay, I got 558 divided by 11 equaled 49.8, we'll say. Example 2. The table shows the water usage of a household during the same 8 months for 2 years. Compare the mean usage and the median usage. All right, so when you're asked to compare, you are going to need to write down some sentences contrasting the mean and the median for both sets of data. All right, so we got to find the mean and the median for both of these data sets. Okay, let's look at our median first. We've got 8 values, which means we're going to have 2 numbers in the middle. So 29 and 32. You could add those up and then divide by 2. Or you could just figure out what number is right in the middle of those two. Okay, if I would have added 1.5 to this, subtracted 1.5 from 32, I probably could have figured out right in the middle of 29 and 32 is 30.5. So that's a way you could do it too if you don't want to get your calculator out. All right, next one, 19 and 20. The average of that is 19.5. Okay, finding the mean. Okay, I feel like I might have missed a number there. So if I did, you can just correct this. Mean equals 20.5. Close to the median, so I might be right there. All right. So if we were going to write a statement comparing the mean and median from both of these years, we could say that the median and mean from 2011 show that much less water was used in that year compared to 2010 or something like that. Okay? All right, go ahead and try on your own the next one. And then just fast forward this to see how you did. The Fitzgeralds and the Corderos are neighbors. The ages of the Fitzgeralds family members are 47, 50, 22, 20, and 18. The ages of the Cordero family members are as follows. Compare the mean and median ages of the two families. So the Fitzes, the Corderos. Okay, so some statements we can make. The averages are not too far off. We could say the averages, ages of the two families are pretty close together, but that median of 9 versus 22 tells us that the Corderos have much younger children in their household than the Fitzgeralds. Okay, using mean, median, and mode, choosing appropriate measures of center. So, just like up here, I basically decided that the median represented that data better than the mean did when I was comparing the Fitzgeralds versus the Corderos. The median showed what we can see, that the Corderos have younger children. But the mean was a lot more thanks to this extreme value. So kind of an outlier there of 78 made the Corderos average go up a lot higher and kind of misrepresented that data set. So that's kind of what we're talking about here on you're going to decide which of these measures of center makes the most sense when talking about the data. So the mean, we would use the mean when the data have no extreme values. Okay, so when there's not big outliers like that 78 here. So we would use the median if the data has extreme values and there are no big gaps in the middle of the data. Okay, we can use the median. And we'll use the mode if the data has many of the same repeated numbers. All right, so example 3, the table shows the high temperatures for the previous week. Which measures of center best represents the data? Justify your selection and then find the measure of center. Okay, we've got 7 numbers. Go ahead and find the mean first. So 602 divided by 7 for a mean of 86. Mode, we've got no repeated numbers, so just say none. And then the median, if we need to cross out to make sure we're picking the center number, we get 85. Okay, so the mean and the median both represent the data very well on this for the average temperature per day for the week. Since there were no real big extreme values, we'd probably say that the mean, an average of 86, if I told you the temperature averaged 86 degrees that week, you would probably agree with me that that's pretty close to what actually happened. All right, you try. Find all the measures of center and then pick the one that represents the data the best. So this is the sit-ups done in 1 minute for the past 7 days that Pablo did. Okay, so for this one, the mean and the median, we'd probably say that the median is the best because of that one day on Wednesday he got 19, and that dropped his average pretty low to 40.9. He had many days where he got 45, 46, 50, 49. So I feel like that 45 represents better how many he can do in a minute than the 40.9. So we'd probably say the median is the best measure of center for that data. Example 4, the average wait time for 10 different rides at the amusement park are as follows. Would the amusement park advertise the mean or the median to show the wait time for its riders are short? Okay, so how would the amusement park want to represent their data? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this will be the last one we'll do. If you guys want to do it on your own or just watch me, whatever you decide. And then we'll come back and see what we think. All right, that 44 was hiding from me after the and. Throw that in there. And our median is in between 22 and 25, so 23.5. All right, so what would the amusement park advertise the mean or the median to show the wait time for its riders are short? Okay, so obviously they would want to tell everyone that their rides are about 23 and a half minutes wait time instead of that mean average. And that would still be pretty accurate. If we look at that data, that's still right in the middle with a lot of times lower than that. So they would not tell anyone that 33 minutes is the average. All right. So those were long notes. There's no homework today. When I get back, we'll just do some activities on this, some Desmos, and maybe some wall sits or something. Get those quadriceps ready. See who can wall sit the longest tomorrow.